Hey everyone, welcome back to Live Laugh Birds, where we live and laugh with birds. So this video is a collaboration with Parrot Playhouse. It was all her idea, and depending on when you're watching this, she's going to be doing a live stream. The link is in the description. Don't miss it if you want to learn more about Budgies. Today's video is going to be what you need to know before you decide to get a Budgie. I absolutely adore Budgies. I have 2 of them, but there's a lot of misconceptions out there about these little birds. The first thing you need to know is that Budgies are parrots. I know that they're often called parakeets, but they are still a type of parrot, which means they're very, very intelligent, like all parrots. Unfortunately, a lot of times Budgies are underappreciated when it comes to parrots and locked in a cage, not paid that much attention to, but in reality they are very intelligent and they have potential. They can be trained just like any other bird. One of the biggest stereotypes that Budgies have is that they are starter birds, beginner birds, and good pets for children that are starting out. Now, there's nothing wrong with getting a Budgie as your first bird. Bluebell was my first bird and I got her when I was 9 years old. But to have a bird, you really have to be dedicated to learning all about them and their care, because birds are so much more work than you think. One thing about Budgies is that they are prone to being skittish and they can be a little bit difficult to tame, which just means that you have to work with them a lot, which children might not have that kind of patience when it comes to really working with the bird consistently on a daily basis. Budgies are known for being flighty and easily spooked, which is not the best fit for children. You really have to be willing to put the time and effort into these birds, and it's not acceptable to just give up and leave them in a cage. If you're a first-time bird owner looking for your first bird, don't go with a Budgie just because people call them starter birds. They are a lot of work just like any bird, and when you're getting a bird, you want to choose the one that best fits your lifestyle. Yes, Kermit's not a Budgie, but the Budgies are in the video too. He's going to be in the video just for now because he was demanding to come out. So Budgies are very inexpensive to buy. Pretty much anyone can just walk right into a pet store and purchase a Budgie for a very low price. And that leads to something called impulse buying, which is buying an animal that you're not prepared for and you don't know what you're getting into. Even though a Budgie might not cost that much to buy, their care is going to be very expensive. They need a large cage, preferably a flight cage, and you need to fill that cage with lots of toys and enrichment because they are very intelligent, just like any parrot. Budgies, like all birds, require vet care, which is very expensive. So if you're a kid and your parents are not willing to spend a lot of money on vet bills, then you should not be getting any kind of bird. Budgies hide their illnesses very well, so by the time you see a symptom, you need to get them straight to the vet. And because Budgies are cheap, a lot of times people are not willing to take them to the vet. Because Budgies are cheap, there's a lot of products that are marketed towards Budgies that are not at all suitable for them. If you go to a pet store, they're likely going to try to sell you a small cage and cheap plastic toys. Budgies need enrichment like foraging toys and things that they can shred. Pet stores often recommend seed diets for Budgies, but they really need a varied diet. They need pellets, they need vegetables, everything that can keep them healthy. Budgies can live 10 to 15 years with proper care, but unfortunately, Budgie lifespans are getting shorter because of improper breeding. The Budgies at chain pet stores are going to have significantly shorter lifespans because of inbreeding and bad genetics. Let me tell you a little Budgie story from when I was younger. So I was 9 years old, I'd had Bluebell for a few months, and I had this friend that thought it was so cool that I had a bird. A few months later, she decided to get one of her own. She basically followed all of the wrong advice from the pet store, and it did not turn out well for the poor little bird. That bird was stuck in a small cage with maybe one toy, fed a seed diet, and never was let out. The Budgie was skittish like Budgies often are, and she probably tried to take the little bird out maybe once or twice and basically just gave up after that. It's not because the bird hates you. It is not the bird's fault. These are prey animals and they're not going to warm up to you right away. You need to work with them. That bird ended up passing away very soon, probably about after 1 year, and was never taken to the vet. And that is the reality for a lot of budgies, and they deserve better. So if you're thinking of getting a budgie, really make sure to do a ton of research and make your bird's life the best that you possibly can. So that was it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys learned from it. And don't miss the Parrot Playhouse live stream in the description. Flock, power, save a parrot. So don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in another video.